It I would say, good morning. I'd just say morning, but the Liberty just knocked off the Aces to get their first playoff win in I don't know how many years. Hello, we are back with another episode of Dice It Up. I am happy. It's
Oh
not my
my God.
name, but I'm Dano, back with Ice. Just us today. Ice, uh, can you just calm me down a little bit? Because I'm feeling a little too confident.
Listen, I'm happy for you. I'm happy to see a series that goes back and forth that has some intensity to it. It would have been lame if it was just a sweep. I originally predicted aces in four. I still think it's going to happen. I still think that with the different elements that we're having right now, the Chelsea Gray injury, which first of all, can we start there? Can we start there? Let's start there.
Let's start there. Yeah, that's the huge elephant in the room.
Yeah, Chelsea Gray injury. Okay, from a basketball standpoint, you can't replace her on the court. Like Becky Hammon has said
No.
this, earlier post game. For the Aces, it's already a team that does not have depth, and so now you're forced to start the sixth woman of the year, which is not a bad person to have to start, and Alicia Clark. And you gotta manage that. Kia Stokes has to play minutes now, consistently. I still believe though that with an Asia Wilson, with a Kelsey Plum, that no one has an answer for right now in the finals, with a Jackie Young that will bounce back from an 8-point game in game 3. This team has a very good shot at just winning one game because all you got to do is win one, folks. They just need one. So I'm heartbroken for Chelsea Gray. We hope that she's able to play, but obviously by the time that this airs, we'll know. But if you're approaching that game without her, my suggestion is put the ball in Kelsey Plum's hands, allow her to do her damage. She's going to get other people involved. And Asia needs to shoot in the mid range. You cannot continue to go back to the basket against John Cole Jones. That's not where you're going to find success in this series. You're going to find success in the mid range and making JJ guard you laterally. If you're Jackie Young, be aggressive. Like Benijah Laney can be intimidating, but you can't be intimidated. I think Benijah Laney sunned her I just think she sunned her in game 3, was just like, I'm gonna be a dog. When we had this conversation, I've told you how I feel about New York basketball. They are very good basketball players who sometimes don't show up as dogs. They show up like very good basketball players. But in game 3,
Yeah, they're soft.
the team,
They play
yeah, but
soft
in game
sometimes.
3 though, it was a team of dogs. It was a team of
Yeah,
dogs led by JJ, led by Benijah.
I know.
So
I loved it.
I'm I'm hurting for Chelsea, but I love the way that they played. I just still think that that trio that Aces have, I still think that if they perform at the level that they can win one game because they just got to win one game.
Yeah, it's one game against one of the most talented teams they played. This is not the Connecticut Sun last year, okay? And if that's my bar. If we lose in game 4, I say we. I got yelled at in the media section because I was getting a little hyped for the Liberty. Um,
Were you? I can't
I can't help it. Yeah. Um, no
imagine.
shame. But if anyone from the WNBA is listening, I'll behave. Um, you know, having John Quell on Asia finally, I think that's finally a good switch. I mean, the Stewie on Chelsea Gray was wow, Sandy actually made moves, but I don't want to take anything away from Chelsea Gray, but it's hard to look at you know data because she plays like 95% of the time.
Yeah.
When she doesn't play, it's like I don't know what to go off of. It's not like
Yep.
she goes out for a few minutes, here and there. Um, so to get a sample size of a whole game without her against this Liberty team at home where they haven't, I think they got within 9, but that game was not very close
Mm.
here. So and we've beaten them by double digits, handing them their worst loss in playoff or in franchise history earlier in the year by 38. Fewest assists they've ever had under Becky Hammon with 13. Uh, but their offensive rating doesn't drop off much when she's off the floor. They still have like you said, so many weapons.
Mm,
it's really comes down to just what Liberty's team shows up. Because yeah, I
yeah.
do agree with you. Anything can happen. I mean, but I mean, if you're me, obviously, I don't want to play
Mhm.
against Chelsea Gray in the playoffs. I've seen her literally
No, you don't want to play
kill
against the
teams.
finals,
Like,
the reigning finals
I mean,
MVP. No, you don't want to play against her. No.
no, no, at least not for game four. Game five, fine. I want to beat you at your best. I do want to beat the aces with
Mm.
everybody healthy, including Candace. I don't care. Um, but I do have to walk back like every bad thing I ever said about Jonquel. This is like the third time I've said this whole season. Um,
I
really
keep
since like
saying,
I guess All-Star break.
yeah, I was gonna say I keep seeing and kept seeing, the JJ hate. And I'm like, are y'all forgetting she's a 2021 MVP? Like, are you
Yeah, dude.
forgetting she's literally a force? Like, I'm confused
No,
on
I didn't
what.
forget. I was just like, yo, where is it? Where is it? It's like Stewie
Yeah,
right
yeah.
now. I think Stewie played better right now, but I'm like, where is the 2023 MVP? Like I
I agree.
understand. You're not
I
dropping
agree with
40
you.
against the Aces. This isn't the fever,
Yeah,
but I need more.
I agree with you. I agree with you. Yeah, they gave it to Stewie, and then
So,
it seemed like after that, she was like,
um
"Okay, I get my award. I'm good."
okay, I have a question for you. If you are the Aces
Mhm.
and Chelsea is somewhat healthy, but she's hurt,
Mhm.
do you risk playing her? Because you
Um,
still have a game five at home in your back pocket, and you can risk further injury. Obviously, I know my answer there, but I'm biased, so I'd love to hear yours.
as someone who's been injured and had multiple major injuries, I'm gonna lean towards no. I understand 1000% what is at stake, but if we're talking about possibly a lower leg injury, possibly an Achilles
Mm,
or something occurring, like there is no point in that. And again, this team's still very much dangerous without her. I think you just hope that they show up for her. The reason why we love sports is because of stories like these where if this team does lose their
yeah.
point guard and the finals MVP and they still come out and beat the Liberty, this is the reason why we love sports. So I don't think that you play her. I don't risk the further
No.
injury because Chelsea Gray still has to make a living everywhere else in life. But I that's more so what I've been thinking about most of the day, waiting to hear the update on her injury. Is like, yeah, but look at the opportunity that the Aces have. Like if I'm Becky Hammond, I'm like, look at the opportunity we have. We have an opportunity right now to make history and then like really double make it count. Like we could be the first team to win championships back to back and do it without our finals MVP in a must-win game. Think about this. This is why we watch sports. Like this is why we are all W fam because of stories like this.
Mm,
Or you can be the Liberty and say you hung in there. Hey, an unfortunate injury happened and maybe we give you a championship because of an unfortunate injury because everybody knows that without the injury there's no way that this team would even have a chance to win the next two games. Yes, I clearly state
what?
that.
Okay, that's
No,
ridiculous.
you
That's
guys didn't have
you
a
were
chance.
you were
Game
saying
3
you were
game 3
fine
was
until you
the
got to that
opposite.
point. You're sounding crazier than me right now.
No, I'm
Um,
not. No, I'm not.
game,
No, I'm not. Listen, the Liberty can
there.
bounce back. You got punched in the mouth twice by the Aces on the road. You should absolutely come home and play a good brand of basketball. But if you think that with Chelsea Gray still playing fully healthy, that they were going to win two games in a row, absolutely not. And one of them in Vegas, absolutely not. Come on, Dano, come on. This is like 1 + 2 = 3. There's no way that you actually legitimately thought they were going to win 3 games straight.
I still
I don't
do.
care. I don't care
Um,
what matchup Sandy Brondella pulled out, which I thought they were fantastic. I'm like in love with her X's and O's and matchups right now. But even then, you still have a team that got punched in the mouth for game 3. You got 2 games to fix it, make adjustments. It's not
I'm
gonna happen
okay.
if Chelsea Gray is healthy. And if she's not healthy, I still don't think it's gonna happen. I still believe in Asia Wilson, Kelsey Plum, and Jackie Young. And Alicia Clark, a two-time
Yeah,
WNBA champion, a six woman of the year. That is gonna be a problem for them to guard. Can I tell you why? Can I go on a rant right now? Game
I
three.
guess I'm
Game
listening,
three.
but I don't
Yeah,
like
but
it.
listen, because this is look, game 3, Sandy Brondella decided to put Sabrina Ionescu on Kia Stokes. right?
Yeah,
Looking
brilliant.
on paper, looking on paper, you're like, whoa, mismatch. But obviously, Kia Stokes not going to be an offensive threat and not going to assert herself in the post. So the match absolutely worked. The issue now, though, is that Courtney Vandersloot and Sabrina Ionescu, somebody has to guard Alicia Clark. For somebody, that's a
I don't
mismatch.
care. I don't care. Wait,
Oh,
you're gonna give up?
I think
You
you
give up?
should care. I think you
I
should
don't
care.
think Alicia Clark is getting more than 12 points. She's not, and she's
I
not
think if she gets
creating.
I think if she gets 12 and the rest of them get what they average in playoffs, which is about 22, 23, 25, it's 90 points right there, my friend.
I
90 points. We know
I
that 3 of the aces can score 72. They did it a few games ago. Substitute
uh
Chelsea for Asia. 3 people will score you
okay.
70
They're
points.
not playing. They can't play 40 minutes. And
Can't
at some point in the history of this league, the refs are going to call fouls on Asia Wilson. I do believe that. I mean,
if
she
you're
gets every
holding
call in the damn game. I mean,
if
yeah, I
you're
went on a
holding
little rant
your breath
there.
for refs calling fouls for Asia, then I think you're banking on the wrong thing. I don't think that's
No,
gonna happen.
I'm saying you have to play differently when you know that you don't have much off the bench.
But
Like,
they've been knowing that. Think about it. They've been knowing that.
yeah, and it's worked out so far. But then when you take out a huge piece, like, you
It's
know,
not going to change their
are we
defensive
saying
mindset without
are
having
we
Kelsey
saying
Brown before.
okay, you know, I I think at first I thought there was a bit of an overreaction to Chelsea Gray, but listening to you, it's like, dude, do you not realize who she is? I mean,
It's not that I don't realize who she is. I just also realize the people around her. I just also
yeah,
realize who else is there and around her. And I
yeah,
also know how soft New York can be.
yeah. Why don't I? Oh, that's semantics. Like, yeah, if they don't play hard, they don't play like their playoff lives are on the line. There's a good shot that they do lose, but all things considered, New York comes out and plays even close to their potential. I mean, we missed so many open shots last game. Defense was great on everybody but Kelsey Plum, basically,
Yeah,
and
yeah. And there's
and
no one can figure that out right now how to guard Kelsey Plum. But
yeah, but
unfortunately,
let her get 29. Let her key in the focus on everybody else. I think we have one of the, if not the best perimeter guard defenders in the league in Benaj Laney. Statement game from her. I think she comes out and does the exact same thing.
I'm a huge
Which
Benaja fan, so I don't deny that. I'm a huge Benaja fan. She should get more credit than what the city gives her. A huge Benaja Laney fan.
I think she was getting a lot of credit. She just hadn't been shooting too well. And we love offense here. That's just what we do. But you got to win with defense. And I mean, Asia didn't get anything easy last night. But I think New York could have won by way more than what 14 is what they won by. Uh, they outplayed them tremendously. I know it got within 6 in the fourth, but I think that was some jitters. Fourth quarter jitters are a real thing. It's like playing not to lose. Ask Dallas. They didn't score for
I
five
feel like
minutes,
I feel like you sound like I don't know. This is just so
making
interesting.
a lot of excuses. Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
I was gonna
I'm
say you sound like you're
I'm
holding on to a
looking.
thread over there, and I sound like I believe in a team. Like you sound like you're hoping to
No,
believe.
I'm afraid. I'm afraid. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, like, it is one of the, you look at game one and game two, and I mean, I remember telling a few people yesterday, that is the best basketball team I've ever seen, and they
Yo,
only had 6 players. Like,
yo, a different level of basketball was played in the
yeah,
first 2 games. Oh, it's gorgeous. Oh my goodness.
yeah, and I mean, I bet my hard-earned dollars on the Liberty the first 2 games, and to lose both of them like that, ooh, hurt. But I'm like, it's game three. We're due for a blowout. We've beaten them by 9 points or greater every time we've beaten them. We're undefeated at home against them this year. Barclays is absolutely rocking. All
Yeah.
17,000 plus, including some media members. Sorry. Um, my wife is going to be wearing the exact same outfit she wore on Sunday. I think I'll wear the exact same outfit. Um, but the the other aspect is you got some positive minutes out of Courtney Vandersloot, who was struggling.
Mhm.
Sabrina, uh, almost had as many assists as the Aces. People can say what they want about her, but about her scoring. Hits a huge three that's basically a dagger at the end of the game. Has 11 dimes. Like, and she held her own against Jackie a few times. Like, got to stop. I mean, Jackie was talking more than I've ever seen Jackie talk in a game.
Jackie was just very much frustrated with Benija Laney, and Benija Laney was very much happy she was frustrated. Like sometimes playing defense against someone that is great as Jackie Young, it doesn't just become a physical game and anticipation games. It becomes a mental game. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
maybe you talk a little trash. Maybe you do try and get on her nerves a little bit. Maybe you do try to get in her head. You're trying to use every advantage possible. I think Benija Laney is just like a characteristic dog on defense. Like, I'm not gonna let you have anything easy, and you're gonna know nothing easy is coming this way.
yeah.
Um, I do think that it was a bright spot that Courtney Vandersloot looked like a 14-year vet in the league. Praise the Lord, because I'm not sure what the other two games was going on. Like
I
I
mean,
just
they're letting her shoot, right?
yeah,
And you got to
yeah,
make
which
shots.
right, yeah, which for for some players like leaving you open does more to your mental than closing out. At least closing out, you feel like you're important, you got to make the shot. Leaving you open is disrespect. And it was working. But I agree with you that she did play a little bit better. I honestly just think not because JJ's 27-point performance. I just think JJ and Benija are bringing like the mentality that we're here, we've got to compete. And it just doesn't seem. It just thank God for their attitudes and mentality. Otherwise, the soft would be worse than soft. The reason why Sabrina receives so much backlash is one because there are media members that are just for her and pushing her forward, but the other is like the little things like doing the night celebration after a three that you make after the game is decided, after the people who really won you the game don't always get the most credit. See, like JJ should do a night celebration every time she walks up and down the court because she's hustling on defense, she's making plays happen, and she's knocking down stuff. Sabrina right now is riding on everybody else's coattails, period. Period. The Sabrina that we saw that broke records during the season, that was knocking down shots, that was a main focal point, that was talking trash, has not been active in these playoffs. I almost forgot she was on the court the other day. And the only reason I remembered that Courtney Vandersloot was on the court the other day is because they kept leaving her open and she kept missing open shots. But thankfully for you, those two decided to show up and play in game three, so you guys had a chance.
Okay, hold on. My brain's working overtime right now because there's so many things you just said. They're just like it's just pure filth coming out of this mouth, Ice.
Not filthy.
We
It's
get no, no,
basketball.
no, no. First, you said the whole playoffs. Go back and watch Series 1 against a tough Washington team. And Series 2, she had some big plays against Connecticut when she wasn't guarded by I mean,
Big,
like, she's the focal
big,
point of a lot of these defenses.
big
Like,
plays.
sorry
Big
about it. I mean,
plays.
you heard Becky Hammond say it in a press conference. She's like, I think Jonquel is who we rather shoot threes, which is ridiculous. Jonquel's hitting at a great clip, especially in the playoffs. But she's
Yeah.
like, we don't want Sabrina shooting threes. It's like, yeah, she's one of the
I
best three
mean,
point shooters of all time. But
that's
But
duh.
to get mad over a celebration? I mean, what are we? Are we children? Like, who cares? Like,
It's
this is why everyone is way too sensitive. She hits a dagger three and does the night celebration. Do you think she really gives a shit what people think? Excuse my language. Wow. Um, I'm not cutting that, but like she does not care. I mean, they're having fun. They won a game. Like I like to
oh,
to
thank
to
God.
make that.
It looked like they weren't going to. I should have started it with a round of applause to the Liberty for winning a game.
Oh
I'm
my
so proud.
god, dude.
Thank you.
I love that you're on the Aces. I love it.
It's not that
You're
I'm
not
on the Aces. I just know basketball. I believe in dogs. I just think the Aces have dogs. Becky is
yeah.
a dog. Asia's
We
a
ha-
dog. Kelsey's a
we have
dog. Jackie's a dog.
we have dogs within inside of us, okay? Here in New York, and we play a
Y'all have to
beautiful
wait to
brand of
get punched in the mouth twice to bring out the Chihuahua.
okay. I mean, I
But hey, no disrespect to JJ or Benisha because they're hooping. They've been dogs. They're just waiting for everybody else to follow suit.
I want to give Stewie credit. She was crashing every board. Did get him sometimes. Was on the floor a lot yesterday. I was impressed with the overall effort. And that's what you want to get out of your MVP. I do just want the shooting percentage to go up because that's what I expect from one of the greatest playoff scorers of all time. Okay, looking ahead at Game 3, or Game 4. Let's assume for right now, based on what we know and based on what we've seen, crutches, everything. Chelsea Gray is not playing. What is your prediction for this game, and how confident do you feel about it?
It's aces and four. Told you my mind's not changing on that.
Okay.
I think they're gonna win by a margin of like 6 or 7.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
I think if you put the ball in Kelsey Plum's hands, you make sure that Jackie Young is getting more offensive flow where she can go downhill and spot up for threes, and
hmm,
Asia operates in the mid range, that they're still going to have a tough time defending and guarding those three. And you still add the sixth woman of the year in Alicia Clark.
yeah.
It's not the team. Yes, yes. Listen, we missed the point guard.
What
She's
happens when someone gets in foul trouble?
See, what's I love this time of year when people start throwing the what ifs out there that haven't happened in games. Like, what if someone gets in foul trouble? When was the last time somebody really got in foul trouble for the Aces in which they actually had to sit during critical moments of a game where they could not play? I know Kelsey Plum has gotten a little bit of foul trouble here or there, but this team has been playing all season with 6 players. They understand how to guard without fouling. Unless the referees wake up on Sunday and decide that they're going to blow every whistle against the Aces, this team knows how to defend without fouling. They've been doing it all season. So I'm not banking on the second to last or the last game of the season for them to get out of their character and to start being hack a shack out there. I don't think
I,
so.
I here's the
I think
problem.
better of them. I think more elite of them. The fact that they made it
No,
all season and lost the amount of games that they did, and players did not get in foul trouble or foul out consistently, I don't think that's a factor. And I don't think you can bank on it being a factor. I'd rather bank on somebody getting tired first before you bank on them fouling out.
okay, here's the problem with what you're saying, and I get it. Uh, a player needs rest. Okay, player A needs rest. They can't play. All five of them can't play 40 minutes. Like it's just
Yeah,
you're
they
you are
will.
not going to.
Play.
Okay, okay. So you are going
You know,
to.
it's one game. It is one. They just got to win one game. You just got to score 90 and not allow them to get to 90. Like it's just one game. So yes,
Yeah. Okay.
if you ask Asia and Kelsey and Jackie and Kia and Alicia to lay it on the line and play 39 minutes of good basketball for one championship, they will do it. These are the best players in the world.
I yeah. I'm not doubting that they're gonna try hard. Like that's.
Oh, you're crazy.
But like to just think that the Liberty are gonna like not bring the same type of intensity, like just
I didn't
because.
say that. Did I say that?
No,
I didn't say
I'm saying if you take Chelsea Gray off this team as it is, the Liberty are just objectively a better team and have more players that can do more things.
There are
It's
more players that can do more things. I want you to think
put
about
up more stats.
I want you
Yeah,
to if you really think so. Have we seen Kelsey Plum's stats in this series? Jackie Young had
sure,
a playoff career high the other day, 26
sure,
points. She did down
sure,
good, okay. And
sure,
then you see
sure.
Asa Wilson, who
I'm
should have
I'm
been a second MVP instead of
dude,
the MVP that was actually named.
dude,
Come
dude,
on.
dude.
Come
No,
on.
no. Here's what I'm saying, bruh.
They have
Here's
more players, the Liberty. They have more players. They have more
yeah,
basketball players.
absolutely. Like
Okay, so
you
literally,
have
but
nobody is like nobody's averaging over 5 minutes on this team besides the players that are playing in this game. Like that, like the five left, nobody behind them averages more than 4 minutes.
we're
Oh,
more nowhere.
Kristen Bell 6.8, but please play her 10, play Sydney Colson 10. But anyways, I mean my prediction, it's another Liberty blowout, guys. It's a Liberty blowout.
LOL.
It's written in the stars. Maybe we'll get a good game five. Aces are at home. Uh, I feel good about it. I
So
feel good.
what was your original prediction?
Oh, it was Liberty in four. That's
Okay.
out the window.
Okay. It's okay. It's
I
okay.
have I got to adapt. What can I say? And did I feel like super confident about the the game three? No. I mean, if the Liberty show up we're getting a game five. That's plain and simple. Like you just we're that good, and people forgot how good we are. We didn't play that well in game three. Just show up. We haven't hit our peak yet. I've been saying it all year. Haven't hit our peak yet. So be ready. That's all I got to say.
This is so interesting. I'm so against it, but like
Yeah, I
I
know.
just I
This is a
just
problematic podcast for us right
yeah,
now.
I know. Like what are
You
we
know?
gonna we're really dicing it up here. Like this is
I know.
not
I would love. I was gonna invite you to game four, but I don't need that energy around me.
I'm
No.
walking. Absolutely not. I'm walking in there with the Asia Wilson jersey you sent me.
Oh Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
I
Yeah,
said
no. I gave one to Don. It was great karma for us. I
oh
know. I'm playing. I'm playing chess. You know what I'm saying?
my
No. Shout out
god.
to Don Staley. Threw out
Oh
the first pitch in the Phillies game tonight.
mhm,
Okay.
mhm.
Well, hope you enjoyed. I know Coast to Coast will be up the next day. Game four. It's coming. Hopefully, we have a game five and an epic, finale to this great season to talk about next week, and then it's time to get ready for college. But I love you either way. Disagree with you a lot tonight, but love you.
Okay, drinks on me when the Aces win in four.
Ha.